you gotta want to visualize yourself in a better place, a better headspace. You know, don't let what has happened to you keep your mindset in in a dark place, a dark spot, a place of not trusting self, not trusting people. Like you gotta visualize yourself in a better headspace and work towards that. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, for real, because you have to understand the work on your real self, on your actual self, and not distracting yourself. The work it takes to get yourself back to a healthy state of mind, it takes effort. You feel what I'm saying? Like distracting yourself doesn't take any effort. Distracting yourself with the means of some sort of escapism that you would partake in and put a lot of time in and put a lot of passion into to get your mind off doing something that you know that's a necessity for you. You know, it's going to actually better yourself. I feel like, especially going through this kind of abuse, this kind of narcissistic abuse, you know what I mean? You can't see the light of day. You feel what I'm saying? Until you or the narcissist put you down. You know, they tell you it's over and you wake up. You know, but for those of us that haven't woken up and that are still in that fall cloud of mind, like you can't really escape the work on yourself, and you gotta formulate that you can think better and feel better about yourself and get yourself to a different place rather than the place that you're already in right now, stuck mentally in this loop that you continue to ruminate about something that has happened in your past that is already over with, and living in the fear of what somebody told you that you should be like. Like, I understand the weight of that entire thought. I understand that. Trust me, I understand the weight of that. But you have to visualize yourself into a better place. You have to. You are. You're working towards it. You're in it. Stay in the state of place. It's an everyday thing to always keep your mind on something positive, something genuine, something that you live for a purpose for it. You live for that you move with intent for. Most people don't move like that. Whether you may believe that or not, most people don't have that kind of like outlook on themselves, you know. And it's not to like be mean or whatever the case may have you. It's just so you can understand the seriousness you should take about yourself when you're going through this entire cycle, this entire system. This system and scheme, this entire scheme was to put you in a systemized way of living for someone else, in fear of somebody else, and whatever they tell you, that's who you are, and it was brainwashing. You know, so when you finally get in the space to think for just yourself and rediscover who you rediscover your authentic self, stay there, continue to build there, continue to create any more emotions that's going to increase your motivation to stay in that space. You want to always keep things around you and or people around you to stay in that space. I can't stress enough. You have to change your environment. You have to change what you see. If you don't change what you see, you're gonna always keep in that same state. You know, you're gonna always be triggered when you drive around these certain areas where you and the narcissist was at, or whatever. You're gonna always be stuck there if you don't just change what you see. You feel what I'm saying? Figuratively and visually. You feel what I'm saying? And physically. You have to change what you see, and you have to give yourself a new idea and if not already a new identity on how you outlook on yourself. Formulating that, getting that framework together, understanding that you can be like this and you can work towards this. Now, how do I get there? Building, moving with purpose. when you start to move with purpose and intent, especially coming out of this, I'm telling you, people feel that. especially a narcissist, they feel that. Especially anybody at that time who laughed at you, who pointed at you, who said you are somebody that you believe that you was, but you knew that you're not. Wasn't what they told you. You feel what I'm saying? You wasn't. You're not what anybody tells you. You're what you believe you are in God. You feel me? That's you. You strong. You went through this. You know how hard it is to go through this. You know how this is one of the, I would say, one of the hardest mental things to deal with, to get through, to work at in life. Is to deal with narcissistic abuse. To be programmed to believe whatever it is. You feel what I'm saying? To be programmed like that, and then to start thinking for yourself. You know, it's a leap and a jump and a bound, but at the same time, you've done that. You've done the work. You're doing the work. You're getting to the work. Motivated and passionate about yourself. The same things that you seek out, what you would feel relaxing, you got to find that within self. You got to be relaxed about self. You got to let go of the anxiety. You feel me? I know at the beginning of my journey, there was a lot of anxiety about everything. Letting go. You gotta let go. You gotta let go and find the vision of you and work towards that. It's there. You just gotta think a little bit harder. You gotta think with more creativity. Think with more intent and purpose. What do you like to do in life? What are your interests? What is it that you want? What is that you desire? You know, put these things into play. Write these things down. Separating what you want to see for yourself versus separating what you were seeing yourself when you was dealing with these kind of people. Like, you'll realize it's the same person. You just was influenced two different ways. One way you're influencing straight just you. The other way they were influencing you to do that for them. You feel what I'm saying? You still work for the same goals and things may have you that you would be. So say you was like working towards a business, you're trying to do that with the narcissist, you feel what I'm saying? And you had the goals, you had the discipline and everything else, you just was too distracted. But then when the discard happens and now y'all separate and you go no contact, you work on that same business and finally achieve it and finally see some type of ROI for your time. But what I'm emphasizing is that you were the same person, just you were distracted by the other person. That narcissist is a huge distraction in your life. They will hold you back on time. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. They will hold you back on your time. That time is not coming back. That's what I'm saying about taking yourself serious with passion after this. You know, be passionate about the time that you have, that you got back, that you control without somebody controlling you and making you feel like nothing within the process of just waking up. Feeling that manipulated, man, that's crazy. I there's not enough money in the world for me to ever go back and feel that manipulated with anybody else again. Are you kidding me? So again, just to reiterate with the new supply, quit thinking that they're off in the sunset with the new supply. New supply is dealing with that, if not more. The narcissist gets worse by age, FYI. So if the new supply and the narcissist still been together X amount of years, it's worse over there. Hopefully, hey, y'all mentally can figure it out, but it's worse over there. Just FYI, just so you know. You know, but your vision for yourself, you working towards your vision of yourself, makes them feel some type of way, makes the narcissist feel some type of way because they can't hoover you. They can't talk to you the same way. There is no talking, low key. What they gonna say to you? What you gonna say to them? You'll hold it from you. You are the version of you that you was trying to become with them, but they can't take that because they couldn't see you doing what you said you was gonna do while you were with them, but you did it without them. They don't even know how to approach that. They don't even know how to approach that, because you did something that in their mind that you wasn't supposed to. You wasn't supposed to achieve those goals, those dreams. You wasn't supposed to hit the gym. You wasn't supposed to get a promotion at that job, buy that new car, get in that new relationship. You wasn't supposed to. That wasn't what. That's not what you were supposed to do. That's not what they saw you as doing. They saw you as breaking down, waiting for them to call, waiting for them to have some type of access to you. That's what they was waiting for you to do. They wasn't expecting you to have a vision for yourself. The narcissist is like the audacity of you to have a vision for yourself and achieve it. Now I'm mad. Now I feel like I shouldn't have really chosen New Supply. They was gonna feel that way anyway. That's part of their cycle. They're supposed to feel like New Supply wasn't the best option at some point because the old supply leveled up or whatever the case may have you. But as far as me, the vision was for us to feel better for us. But the narcissist is so narcissistic. They're gonna take it as you trying to make them feel bad by leveling up. They're gonna take what hear me. They're gonna take what you doing for yourself as a means to get back at them. That's crazy. Just because it was off with the New Supply, doing the videos and photos, trying to, because they knew that was gonna make you feel the type of way. They thought you was supposed to sit there and break down, but you didn't. You feel what I'm saying? You came from such a dark place. You know how hard it is to pull yourself out of this. Like you should congratulate yourself for real, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You know how hard it is to pull yourself out of this. This takes so much mental fortitude to be able to unplug yourself from something so evil, if you rather, something so negative, that energy is so that gravitational negative pull was so strong. You unplugged yourself from that. The Matrix, Neo, breathing, binary code. You know how hard that is for people to do. Like whenever I think about the times of when I started up until this point, especially when I make these videos and people say my content helps people, I always think to myself like, the pieces of information that I put in these videos is from just time spent and experiencing from who I was to who I am now, coming out of that, understanding this. You build your brain into a different program to be able to really have mental fortitude, to really have mental resilience, have healthy boundaries, have the discipline, have the autonomy, taking control, trusting yourself, loving yourself, moving with intent, move with a purpose. You gotta move with a purpose. The narcissist is not going, there was no way that you were ever going to be able to move with a purpose with a narcissist. There's no way, because you think every step that you take has got to be dictated by what their purpose is. And you still stuck trying to walk like that. No wonder you was tripping. No wonder I was tripping. No wonder. Trying to walk with them. You ever played a three-legged race? Trying to walk with them, man. Like, come on. You gotta direct yourself. You gotta find other people directing themselves. Not living in these crazy, wild narcissistic fantasies people live out of, doing the wildest and craziest things that don't benefit them for their time. But here you are living with intent, doing something different, bothering them because you're not bothering them. You're bothering them because you're not bothering them. Let me make that clear. You're bothering them because you're not bothering them. Straight up. It's crazy. They take everything to heart like that. Their ego is just like that. You being no contact puts you in a whole different tier of an emotional state and mental state. Being in no contact, staying there, finding more positive affirmations to give yourself, loving yourself, trusting yourself, becoming one with yourself, the authentic you, living the way that you were supposed to live while you was with them, while you was trying to, at least. Too distracted. There was no way for you even formulated to have that vision for yourself with them. Where there was no way. Your brain was too consumed with the chaos, the nonsense. What's today? What are we arguing about? What I got to do to please you, for you to calm down. Too caught up with all these fire ring jump through circuses and stuff. How could you possibly have a vision for yourself that was positive? And why you or I would think that they was going to be able to help us towards the vision we had of ourselves, that we had of them. Because also this too, we also put them on a pedestal where we think that they can be this person that they said that they're going to be. And they grandiose that, and it's not like that. So, because they can't even put that effort into themselves, why would they think they want you or I to put this kind of effort into ourselves now? It's so much for them to take in, to process that you didn't wait on them. You didn't wait on them. They have to process that in a bad way. And just FYI, they are blaming the new supply that y'all don't talk anymore. I know that's probably a hard one for you to believe, but that's real too, though. Like, the new supply is being blamed for y'all not having communication. I'm just saying, man, it's a lot of stuff that goes into you being no contact that happens. You know, you being in no contact for yourself does so much to them and for you and for your overall just well-being of life. Like, to be so consumed and so caught up in that mental fog of what they're doing and trying to regulate your emotions and regulate their emotions. It's so much going on. There's no way the vision of what you thought you was going to be for them was even possible. You were not going to be able to. This separation between you and them had to have happened. In order for you to get you to the better version of yourself now, that had to happen. It had to happen. I know it sucked. I know you didn't want to before you even knew what all this was, but it had to happen for you to get here. Otherwise, this awareness that you have to work on yourself, to be strong, to be better, to do more, have intent, move with purpose, it wouldn't be as potent as it is now then. Even if you was trying to do this then, the narcissist was going to sabotage you anyway. They got to sabotage you. They can't success on you and not them. Oh, man. They got to sabotage you. They have to sabotage you. Whether it's wasting your time, hurting the business, whatever the case may have you, they got to sabotage you. You can't be successful. You got one of their flying monkeys got to be successful. They can latch onto them, but not you. It can't be you. Don't do that, especially without me. Especially when you finding peace without me. No. Why would you find peace without me? I need that. I need peace with you. No. I'm just saying, this is how they're thinking. Everything that you do for you is about them in their mind. They got to make you feel some type of way. They got to make you feel like that you need them. We need them. We don't need them, man. Come on. For what? To talk about what? For what motivation? What do you mean? That's what I said. Like, it takes so much to pull yourself out of this. You know, it takes so much discipline to pull yourself out of this and to get into a peace of mind. It takes so much discipline to get there. You cannot let anybody else disrespect you on the level of who you had to change into, who you had to put effort into, who you had to visualize, who you had to put the actual work into to get yourself here to this point to where you've conquered this, to where this doesn't even bother you, to let anybody make you feel some kind of way about what you doing and how you move, and they don't even know what it was like in the dark, on some Batman type shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, listen, the best version of you is the version of you know you can get to. Work towards that. Don't let nobody else tell you different. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You feel me? So I hope this message finds you well. I'm Fonzie Murph, and I'm out.